Okay, so it's about 11:20 Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what today's date is. I am I have difficulty keeping up with what day it is or what date it is, or and so on and so forth. But this I'm going to try to make this a quick one. This is about a channel I watch. They got about 120 subscribers. They probably have more on YouTube. But one thing that happened, and I'm going to tell you the title of the video and the channel. It's called BT News or Breakthrough News. They had a massive uptick in subscription. Uh, so, anyways, the title of the video is "Dangerous Games." Pelosi is provoking China on Taiwan. So, anyways, it's over an hour, and it's Brian Becker and Professor Ken Hammond. I forget. I think he's from Kentucky, a school, a college in Kentucky. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is. Anyways, as I was watching this, I always usually wait until I get to a point where I watch most of it before I decide to, hit the like button or to put a comment. But this one, and this is the first time actually I've run into this. But basically, YouTube said I cannot hit the like button, and I cannot put in a comment. So this I've been saying, along with a lot of other respectable people who actually looked at these things with a critical eye and critical thought, who bring in source material often right from the horse's mouth. And so this is something. This is a subject which I try to pay close attention to. And so, if you're not aware, they've been trying to create a flashpoint in China, using Taiwan, Hong Kong, Tibet, Inner Mongolia, you name it. They do it with these Twitter assholes or Twitter bots. They do it with with YouTube, and they also do it with the corporate owned fascist media. And the thing is they're trying to paint a picture of how China and the CPC, the Communist Party of China, who is the government of the People's Republic of China, which is the mainland. By the way, that's China is larger than the United States, about a 500,000 kilometers larger than the United States, and China is also larger in population, so more than 4 times the size of population size of the United States. So when you have a larger population, of course you're gonna have a larger economy. So the real economy, which is the PPP, which is the purchasing power parity, is the true economy, not the GDP, which is in China's China's GDP is massive. Uh, not as large as the U.S., but that's because China doesn't use the financial speculation and doesn't do these vulture funds and hedge funds, and the Chinese government understands that you need to have control over your Federal Reserve, your banking. You need to have control of the money, which is not what the United States or the UK or most of these European assholes do. Uh, so and that includes Australia, that includes Japan, and Japan is a pseudo West. Uh, they're useful for starting for siding with the hostile aggressors. Of course, because the Japanese elites think much like the Western white European elites, which also, and the thing is it's not the whole thing of white. I've come to realize is that, it doesn't matter if if you have a different skin color or the shape of your eyes. You're serving the white Western Europeans, and especially in countries like Australia, which is a country that was born out of utter destructive violence, genocide, and an ongoing genocide of the indigenous. The whole European world is about violence. It's about deception. It's about promoting doing whatever is necessary, meaning evil, to concentrate power, to hold on to power, and to be able to have the leisure and privilege to dictate whatever arbitrary rules or wants hits them at the moment. But the overriding theme is, hey, if we want to keep the people who are calling out our evil shit, and we want to go kill them or stop them or jail them or oppress them or suppress them or we'll do it. And they have this neo aristocracy feudalism going on, where hey, if we want to take your take your kids, so be it. You can't do anything about it. If we want to have sex with your child, we'll do what we want, and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it. So go fuck yourself. That's their attitude, And if we're discovered, doesn't fucking matter, because we make the rules. We are the rule makers, and you can go fuck yourself. That's their mentality. So, and YouTube is part of that. Facebook is part of that. Twitter is part of that. Just like how corporate media, how many of the so-called corporate media journalists, the hosts, like Jake Tapper, he's got a whole slew of committing sexual predation. Joe Biden, sexual predation. Bill Clinton, sexual predation. Trump, sexual predation. These are all predators. They're not like the predators out in nature. who go and hunt and kill for their food. No, these predators believe that everything is for predation, is for exploitation, is for their use, and all this lip service to morality, ethics, principles, and everything else. They're meaningless. Why? Because when you're the rule makers, it doesn't fucking matter. So, the asshole that owns Starbucks, he's of the same. Bezos, the same. Pierre Midiar, the same. Boris Johnson, the same. Emmanuel Macron, the same. Schultz of Germany, the same. Ursula von der Leyen of the EU, the same. And she's from a legacy branch of Nazis, and if you actually look into how she thinks, what she said, you can see that she, like her grandfather, who was a fucking Nazi, a literal Nazi, she has the same ideology. Just like that, I can't think of that bitch in Canada, but she's got the same story of Ursula von der Leyen, and she has the same ideology. And this pops up in the U.S. For instance, Madeleine Albright, who changed her name. That's not even her birth name. And Albright has connection to a little legacy Nazi in her family, and she has the same same ideology. When she's on TV and saying, "Oh, yeah, it was worth doing sanctions, siege warfare, economic and otherwise, to kill 500,000 children in Iraq." Hey, these are the criminals that we keep, that the media and those who don't take the initiative to look into it, who talk about values, and they keep propping it up, and they keep excusing world-class, horrible monsters. There's a saying, you can kill one or two people, and you're a criminal, but you kill hundreds to millions. Hey, that's just the way it goes. I'm paraphrasing. It's this goes to what I talk about. Like, you need to have a solid understanding of what your morals, your standards, your principles, your values are. If you can't, then you don't have morals, then you don't have ethics, then you don't have principles, and you don't stand for anything. And if you use the excuse, because I need to look out for myself, and look out for my children, look out for my, fuck that. Because you're not protecting yourself, you're not protecting your children, you're not protecting anything. You're not. Because the law, as long as you ignore these monsters, and who are doing policies, and these policies are violent, and they're actually hitting you from all sides, making it year by year, decade by decade, worse and worse. How are you protecting yourself? How are you protecting your children? How are you protecting your community? You're not. Because it's always going to catch up with you. This is why people need to be proactive. This is why people need to understand that there is no gray area. You either say you're a good person and you're consistent, or you're not. Or you're not. You are excusing. You are excusing evil. I mean, a lot of there are way too many Christians who keep excusing. And when you say, oh, you know, you have to have faith in God, that's a cop-out. That's complete bullshit. You're not even following the scripture and words of your so-called God. I didn't need to be educated in the Christian faith to understand what's right and wrong. Because my life experience and the traumas and tragedies that I went through formed my ethics, my morality. And it comes down to simple. Don't do the horrible shit that's happened to me to others. Have compassion. Have empathy. Stand up for it. Be consistent. You know, the whole, freedom of speech. Well, you're free to voice things that are factual and truthful, but not to lie, not to spout. If I make a statement that's ignorant because I didn't know about it, right? Then that's a mistake. If I continue to do so without actually making an attempt to see and find out and learn about it, right? And I do, and I continue to lie about it, continue to excuse it, then I'm an asshole. Then I'm a fucking bad person. You get my point. So, the point of this is that you either have value, you either have consistent values that overlooks the shape of the eyes, the color of the skin, or where you were born, or what culture or tradition, or what religion you have. Either you are consistent with all of it, or you're not. Therefore, then you are being the handmaiden, the avenue for allowing evil to continue. And what I learned in Christian theology and so on and so forth, and the values that and ethics and so on and so forth, that it tells me that you're not supposed to do that. It says that you are actually aiding, abetting evil. And if so, therefore, I try not to. Do I make mistakes? Yes, but I try to correct my mistakes. I try to learn. I try to grow. So, and this whole thing is because they're trying to create a flashpoint. They're trying to involve, once again, to destroy.
Power off.
And it's destroy the other. The ones that are doing things that they themselves do, but without all the duplicity and deceit and hostility and aggression. So, and that's going to lead to war, and that war will escalate to the point, and I'm fairly positive that, you know, it won't be China who'll be using the weapon of mass destruction that's called thermonuclear war. It'll be the United States. These criminal, evil criminal elites of the fascist state that is the United States, the fascist state that's UK, the fascist states that are Europe, the fascist state that's Australia, the fascist state that's New Zealand. Because fascism, in a nutshell, is the marriage of big money, big wealth, big business, big corporations, and the so-called political government. That's what it is. I mean, you've heard me talk about how Hawaii was taken. It was the Dole Company, along with the other assholes of the United Fruit, that eventually came out to be the United Fruit Company, and so on and so forth. These cabals who went to the U.S. government and said, help us take over Hawaii and get control of Hawaii, and we'll do whatever it takes. Use whatever violence, whatever deceit, whatever deception, just go in so that we can control that. Doesn't matter if we kill tens of thousands. Doesn't matter if we, deprive people of having material and social and other amounts of security. Just do it. We want control of it. We need, and you need to do that, and use whatever measures of violence to get that. This is, how much more clearer can I say? This should be unacceptable for anybody, no matter what you look like. You can't say everybody's human, but then pick and choose who's human, who's not. Who's worthy, who's not. You can't. Not if you have consistency. Not if you value life. Not if you value justice. Not if you value ethics, principles. You can't. Self-serving is self-serving, period. And self-serving is evil. It's evil. It's cowardice. There is no gray area on what being bad is, what being evil is. When you do something, and even when you realize it's something bad, and but you're willing to do it again, and then again, and then again, and then again, even though you realize it, even though you may pay lip service to it, it's bad. Even if you admit it's bad, but yet you are willing to do it again, that's self-serving. That's contributing to evil. And that's what your so-called religions say is evil. It's actually written in the text. It's described That's what all your so-called movies about good versus of evil and TV shows and literature. That's what it's talking about. So it's not. It shouldn't be foreign to you. But if you can't see it, and if you can't, then you need to correct your ignorance. And if you see it, then you're willing to do it anyways, and continue to make mistakes, then you're not a good person. Then you're not. Then you're not for peace. Then you're not for equality. Then you're not for justice. You're in it for yourself. All right.